Hey guys, reading time. All right, so my face is literally of exhaustion, but it is 2:33 in the morning here. But I cannot get this message out of my head, so I am just gonna go with it and do a reading right now for you guys. Like it's not heavy, it's not, not anything like that, but it's something extremely beautiful that I feel like I need to just, share with you guys. So the main message I was hearing was this collective, this specific collective. We'll get details, but I feel like you guys are going through a massive change in growth having to do with emotional attachments. I feel like you guys, this collective has had a very rough experience having to do with love. So I feel like you're about to get a big break on love, but not only in love, but also in other aspects of your life, work wise. I was hearing, social media, like a boost in social media, maybe working through your mission. I feel this collective, you are on your mission. I feel there's a lot of healing for you, and also you are providing a lot of healing to others, to your collectives, or to whoever it is that you are providing healing to, and the universe is about to reward you. So I'm going to start this differently today. I'm going to start with these. I want to see universally for this collective what is happening, because I feel like intuitively this collective would know if this is there for you. All right. Universal message for this collective. I was literally going to say this and I forgot, but I was literally coming in the car. I had gone to a friend's house and I just got home and I was going in the car, and this message kept coming to me, and it was literally, I thought of unknown gift. I'm feeling like there is going to be an unknown gift for this collective. You could be seeing 4141 a lot, or even like 1414 a lot, I'm hearing. You've been nourishing the shadow. You've been taking care of your shadow. You've been integrating with your shadow. 33, divine feminine energy. Very still, very compassionate toward yourself. You've been giving love to your shadow. Like, you've been parenting your shadow well, is what I'm hearing. So, you're about to shine. And I feel like this collective, that something is about to come. But if anything, I really feel like you guys are trying to more release whatever it is that you need to release and not focus so much on it. Trying to, really control that overthinking mind. 26, you could be 26. There's this confirmation. There's this inner truth happening within you. 7, lucky number 7. Also, you could be a witchy poo. Whenever I see these moons, I can't remember what they're called, but I think they're called like witchy moons. I can't remember at all. But you could be kind of like a witchy poo. Really do like, not spell work, but those salts for your, like those cleaning salts, maybe for baths and stuff, I'm seeing. You've been focusing on boundaries. You've been focusing on taking care of yourself and showing your worth is what I'm hearing. You've been facing your fears, and I feel like you're being granted a key, a very big key. Unknown gift. I hate it when it goes, oh my God. I hate it when it goes, transformation. An unknown gift having to do with your transformation. Because of your transformation. Nourish the shadow. Your prayers have been answered. I feel like you're about to pull a lot of threads. Or you are going to be attracting a lot of threads more so. You're about to shine. Immense growth by leaving the past in the past, not focusing on the past, releasing the past. finally understanding it was only holding you back. There's a reason why I said that this collective, you guys, are, your mind is, you know, you're thinking positive more than negative. You can feel yourself maybe go to that dark place, but then it's like, no, why? And maybe you go into introspection. You've been getting to know yourself in a deep, deep way. Don't make it fit. And it's activating your destiny path. And side note, see beyond the past, that is twinning energy. Inner truth. That's my swan. Breaking out of the illusion by following your inner truth, confirmation. You, this collective, you are, and 13, surrendering to the divine, confirmation. So you're not only believing in your inner truth, but you're also surrendering to divine timing and using your intuition with this, not using your mind over it. Another transformation card, Phoenix period. You're going to get all aspects of your life. Hearing your claim. You've been claiming your power. 13th of the 7th could be an important date. 23rd of the 7th and 15th of the 7th. You change that perspective. You changed your perception. You are no longer hiding. You finally see is what I'm hearing. Wow. This collective, you're enjoying life more, you're enjoying your days more, you are focused on, you know, the present more, you're not so focused on the future. Do not make these fit. But I want to get my shaman cards. I'm going to get these shaman cards and I want to see what's coming for you, confirming that we just got. Let's confirm. So first one is sacred space. So you've been taking care of yourself. Nurturing yourself, literally. And also swan. This looks like a swan. But also you've been healing yourself. And it's literally attracting your threads through magnetism, through gratitude, kind of like that energy. I feel like that's you're pulling in your threads, is what I'm hearing. 21. And the last card that came out was 21. No, not the last card. It was the one below it. The perception one was 21. So literally having to do with your perception, understanding that the growth that you had to go through was for yourself, not for the external union. Confirmation. Do not make these fit, please. Right collective will know. But ascension, you're ascending, transforming. 24. Okay. Whoa. What was that? Oh, this one. You've been making the necessary changes. 29. A lot of 20s here. So these could have been pivotal moments even through your age, you know, kind of like karmic cycles. Maybe, you know, there are certain karmic cycles that it has been a long time or a while since you needed to heal them out. I'm kind of like seeing, you know, when you really... But again, you're letting go of the past. But I am kind of like seeing that as the progression of age. You know, it came to my mind. But 21, 24, and 29. Unlimited, you're unlocking unlimited possibilities. And 19. Nurturing yourself, the tree. Grounding yourself. And you're gaining new beginnings. 2. So 19th of the 2nd could be an important date. 29th of the 2nd, 24th of the 2nd, or 21st of the 2nd. It could be that maybe in February of this month there was a lot of pivotal changes that you went through having to do with these details. Hold on, I'm going to turn on the light. But yeah, there's a reason why I said like progression. There's a reason why I said that. Sacred space. Confirmation, literally, magnetism through abundance through magnetism, or magnetism through gratitude. I can't remember what that card was, but joy. Understanding that you are the one who provides your joy, your happiness. You've been nurturing that side of yourself. So again, confirmation, this collective, you are living in the present. You could have moments that maybe you go to the past, but you pick yourself up quickly. You know, you understand that it's just an emotion, that maybe it's something that you're needing to release, and you just release it with peace. Ascension, don't make these fit. If you're longing and if you're, you know, pining, this is not your collective. Slow. It's been, your ascension has been slow and steady. Confirmation. I feel like it's been years. You're finally coming into your inner peace. Changes. You could be actually experiencing inner peace right now. Like really healing energy. You've been healing yourself, but even more healing energy. Confirmation to the beginning of this reading. Unlimited possibilities. Emotional release. Confirmation. New beginnings. Three of Cups energy, but creativity. And again, what did I say? I feel like there's something having to do with your abundant path, you know, your mission in life. But you cannot make this up. Clearly, this energy is very specific. Self-love, literally. Nurturing your divine feminine as well as your divine masculine. You've been driven through your actions towards yourself, through putting up the boundaries, through you know, not accepting less than you deserve, really being assertive and action prone with maybe your mission work or whatever it is that has to do with your mission and you know, your path. Not everyone does this part, you know, but there's something this collective you guys are doing with healing energy. You know, your mission is through, you know, maybe not through oracle, but other kind of practices. Each one has their own craft. Last one. Confirmation, feminine energy. So clearly this is feminine collective. Divine feminines. Your inner journey. Alrighty. So I actually, you know what I want to do? You know, I usually get, you know, how you feel about your person and stuff. I want to see how you guys are feeling about yourself, about yourselves, how you are seeing yourselves even. But I want to, no, I think I'm just going to go to that. I want to see what parts of your shadow maybe have been illuminating and what you've been releasing. And then I want to see how you're viewing yourself. Seeing you're viewing yourself as very strong. Alrighty, let's go for the shadow. And how they've been releasing. Oh, inner cosmos, making peace, confirmation. To embrace the light, first you acknowledge the dark. Literally, that nourishing your shadow. Trauma, seeing, going deeper. This collective, you have been going deeper, making peace. In the midst of adversity lies the path to self-discovery. You are understanding your patterns, you're understanding your triggers, you're understanding your thought patterns sometimes when it goes to other places, when it's, you know, you're fine with it. You know, you're understanding the emotion that it brings, and you are just transmuting it. You're healing it out. Literally releasing certain anger, resentments that maybe you had in the past. I feel this collective, it's like you've released expectation. You are surrendering to the divine. Your expectations are not creating frustration. Express it in a healthy way. I feel like that's what you've been focusing on. You've been releasing, you've been growing, you've been balancing yourself out. Light the darkness. So you've been nourishing that part of your shadow, you know, whatever it was that it was frustrating you, you are just, you know, it's kind of like you've been co-parenting yourself. This is love, clarity, and awareness. So through love, through clarity, understanding where these triggers are coming from, why they're appearing, and why you need to just release them, because they're just holding you back. It's the past and you can't do anything about it. Confirmation. Making peace. I usually never confirm these, but for some reason I'm feeling like confirming them. with your shadow alchemy. Confirmation. Another confirmation. This collective, powerful. Turn your shadow into gold by shifting your awareness. Empowerment and rebirth. You're going through a rebirth period. You've been having courage with your shadow. This is about your vulnerability, but growth from it. Inner cosmos. I feel this collective, you're kind of like wanting to show your vulnerability. I feel like you want to show your whole entire self. Nope. So inner cosmos, to embrace the light. This is no boundaries. Difficult to establish healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs. So respect, self-care, and limits. So you've been transforming your trauma. You've been seeing, you've been going deeper, having to do with your boundaries as well. Certain traumas and certain patterns that you would get because of these traumas. Like, for example, maybe overthinking, or even, being silent instead of speaking up about what was going on with you emotionally, with whoever it was that you were feeling vulnerable with, and maybe you did not have that secure, or you had a fear of them abandoning you once you fear of abandonment, and so you would just shut down and just not say anything and let enable the behavior over and over again. But then you finally realize, having to do with your self-worth, you've been putting up those boundaries. You've been respecting yourself. You've been focusing on self-care. You've been focusing on the boundaries, the limits, in a kind, loving way. And that's how you've been healing yourself. This is not going to be for everyone. Not going to be for everyone. Alrighty. Let's see how you're seeing your beautiful selves. Let's see. How is this beautiful collective seeing themselves, feeling about themselves? First one up, psychic abilities. So you are trusting in your vision. Trusting in your vision. You see yourself as divine feminine. Stop it. And I feel like that something big is coming, having to do with your finances. You've been focused on your inner love. You see your inner union. This is absolutely amazing. What is this? And home. You finally found your way home to yourself. Usually this one that comes out, it means, I see it with how your person and yourself and each other see you, but this, like, for this collective, this is, I'm seeing it, you've seen through your soul, your capabilities, how unique you are. This is absolutely beautiful, literally. I feel like you have a very deep appreciation of who you are and who you became. You could be an air sign, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries. I said, well, they could be an Aries. So maybe he's going through this as well. This is amazing. Home. Your activation. Literally confirming. You are just happy. And again, which means this collective, I feel it, you have been years working with yourself to finally get to this point. I feel like this collective, you're finally at that stage. You're having that breath of fresh air. Expression. Maybe that has to do something with your creative path. Maybe you're journaling, but this is also about reflection. You've been reflecting a lot on your behavior and what you enabled and why, you were stuck in your own path. You finally got it. Psychic abilities. By letting go. Letting go of ex situations, thought patterns. Believe it. So literally letting go of the mind and trusting in your intuition and your inner knowing, in your abilities. Trusting in yourself. And there it is, the activation through this journey, through the twin flame journey. But when you know, you know. So in this collective, when you know what is there for you, it's just, you're just believing it and you're just going forward. Divine feminine. You do not chase, you attract. You are in attraction mode right now. This is how you're seeing yourself. You've been clearing and healing out your karma, your aura, your sacred vessel, literally that shaman deck. Love yourself. So this is union of the twins, but it could be that there is, that your twin could be coming because of this inner union, but I'm seeing that more as your union. It's like a double union of yourself. Finances, but also literally in that I don't chase, I attract, really being in that state of you just healing, and whenever it's supposed to align, it'll align. You just keep focusing on your inner union. So finances, temptation, and mother wounds wanted to come out. So maybe there were certain, I'm going to hear it. Maybe you had certain, grievances with your mom, or, having to do with a mother figure, having to do with finances in the past. And maybe you've been trying to remove yourself from that. I'm hearing maybe you worked with your mom, or maybe, you worked with a parent. I'm seeing more with a mother. But temptation, maybe it's like, maybe you've been tempted for a long time and to just stay with that energy, and instead of evolving into what it is you really have to do, just because of this finances. And it didn't want to come out, so I feel like that's what you've been removing. And again, there's a reason why I said it's not only love, it's path. It is path. Green light, go with your path. Confirmation. Finances. Feel like you're balancing out your own finances. You're wanting to, but unconditional love. You've been trying to focus on maybe anything having to do with your mission is what I'm hearing with that. I want one more for that though. This is intimacy, intensity. For some reason, I feel like this is your energy. It could be the finances, but I feel like maybe, we've been trying to, could be that you have an intense knowing of what it is that you want to do, having to do with love and finances, like from having to do with your pinnacle path. I want one more for that. All right, hold on. I want one more for that. It's kind of like baffling me a little bit. 5D. I feel like you intuitively know something is going to grow having to do with your finances now that maybe you broke away from that pattern of staying in a comfortable space. Maybe there's an intensity because you're feeling it. Intuitively, but just because of this 5D, I wasn't feeling that intensity, like intimacy intensity. I was really seeing that as, maybe the intensity of what you're feeling having to do it. Literally, you've been releasing karmic energy. You've been, going through the turbulence, but you've been releasing karmic energy. All right, I want to see your emotions, how they are. I feel very balanced, but courage on the bottom. Emotions, this collective growth. You've been focusing on your growth. I believe that I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. This collective, you are very focused. Your freedom, how independent you are and how free you are. Possessing the powers and the free will to create your own happiness. Confirmation. You could be getting certain, lessons having to do with regret, or maybe certain, again, it could be part of your shadow, what is being presented in your mind, having to do with regret. But again, you are picking yourself up, understanding, I know that I cannot change the past. You are just releasing it. I want one more for regret. Understanding that everything happens for a reason. This is, that everyone that you meet is there for a reason, but I'm seeing this now as everything happens for a reason. Understanding it just, it was part of my growth. Removing that by acknowledging your fear, confirmation to what I said before, and replacing it with the insight of awareness. Growth. Well, let's get denial. I want to confirm denial, because I feel like that's literally removing the doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Also doesn't help the overthinking mind. You've been releasing what doesn't serve you. Don't make it fit. Growth. Whoa. Through discipline. Literally. Knowing that you are the only one who has to put in the effort and the action towards yourself. You can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Freedom. So prayer is answered. Confirmation right there. This collective, you have at one point said, please, I just want to be healed. I just want inner peace. It could be my collective that literally said that. Freedom. I have a couple. Forgiving yourself. Forgiving, the past, understanding, acknowledging that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. That's how you got your freedom. Not focusing on the failure. This is under that regret. Maybe you did focus on the failure, you know, not so long ago, maybe. But you understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Challenge accepted, I hear, for this collective. Denial. Your purpose. Confirmation. You understood that whatever you were feeling had to do with something that you had to collectively heal. Part of your mission. Very nice. Alrighty then. I want to see what's coming for this collective. We're going to get these, then we're going to get my SJ Oracles, and then we'll get a couple more decks maybe, and get Tarot. Tarot is going to be interesting. Alrighty. I don't know why I feel like I should do a month ahead for you guys. We'll see how it goes, because it's late. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I could do a month ahead tomorrow. All right. What is coming for this collective universally? What is going on right now? So by letting go, you've been focusing on the new beginnings. You've been figuring yourself out. So again, more growth. But a certain commitment could be arriving. Things are about to get serious. Whatever you have been manifesting is about to be released. But tell the universe exactly what you want. I feel like this collective, I wish I would have those Intuit oracles. The one with all the photos and stuff that, you know, it kind of shows you where you are in the journey. That would be awesome for this collective. But everything is, you know, for a reason. I'm seeing my, you know, kind of like the witchy poo one where I feel like your magic is very much ignited, having to do with manifestations. So again, I know that this collective, you guys are focusing on positive, but just keep on focusing on the positive is what I'm hearing. And earth sign, there could be an earth sign, but something is about to ground that has taken years to ground. Earth is years, but Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Something you have had a lot of patience with. Good things come to those who wait just a few more months. Right, letting go. How did I let go of? By moving on what no longer served them. By literally moving on from what no longer served you of it. Emotionally, you know, anything that would overwhelm you, you just moved on from it. Sexuality. But at one point I said that they moved on for a reason. There was something, water sign. So your emotion, figuring out your emotion. So a lot of emotional healing. Well, patience and air sign. So maybe you're an air sign or this person is an air sign, but whatever you has been trapped in the mind over time, over whatever communication it is that maybe you thought that it would come sooner is what I'm hearing, but could be that you guys are an earth pairing. Manifest. Intimacy. And again, there's a reason why I said this collective. There's something of you releasing love. There's, of course, it would have, you know, the universe would have it that what are they going to start, you know, giving you signs that they're about to release? Something having to do with love. But it means that this collective, I love magic. This collective is very magical, and you finally learned that lesson and you're ready for it. You've had many cycles from this, but this is about fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. Earth sign. feel like this collective, you're watching more so for your growth. You're wanting to see where you are growth-wise. But there it is, confirmation. Grounding something that, you know, this is about everything in divine timing. So something grounding, something you've been manifesting and you've been waiting patiently and surrendering to divine timing. But here, there it is, that communication. Compromise, forgive, and work it out. All right. Let's see what's being released with the SJ Oracles. What's being released for this collective? What is happening universally for this collective right now? Empress Glow. So certain addictions have turned around. So maybe you are focusing on finally releasing the addictions, but also maybe you've been getting certain signs of maybe wanting to, you know, maybe drink a glass of wine or something like that, which means that maybe this collective, you guys are in sober mode. Could be that certain addictions is kind of like popping up, but also I feel like that has to do with that mind frame. There's a reason why I feel like every day there's a moment where you guys are having that maybe a certain negative thought pattern, but you guys are picking yourself up from it. I feel like you're getting a lot of lessons having to do with your mind right now. Wow. 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 Okay. So I feel like you could be feeling a little bit triggered right now, but whatever this constant burn is, it's something that you're releasing. This is movement, explosion of emotion, or also it could be that there will be a lesson having to do with constant burn energy, you know, something that in the past it constantly burned you, you know, because you didn't learn that lesson. But also I am seeing that as someone who has a constant burn for you right now, and that there's going to be movement with that. Just with this explosion of emotion, it's like I feel like it's going to feel like an explosion of emotion for you. Or that they are even an explosion of emotion, but you guys are in the same frequency, or you're on the same frequency with this energy is what I'm feeling. But more divine feminine energy, more nurturing for yourself. Having compassion, nurturing, receptivity is what I'm hearing. Constant burn. What is this constant burn in the 5D? So you feel something is coming having to do love-wise. One more. Someone who you were in separation with. So clearly that's not your energy. You are just letting it go. Movement. Someone you had an age gap with, but emotional differences. There's a reason why that, what was it? The figuring yourself out, was it? Oh my God, which one was, I can't remember which card it was, but someone you had an age gap, I feel something has to do with fate. Telling ya, one more for age gap. What is this age gap? Someone who helped you find your star or get into that energy to find your star, finally, who activated you. A lot of transformation. Love bombing, explosion of emotion. And depth of emotion. So this is both. I've never gotten both in a spread. Wow. One more. What is it? More details. The separation. So whoever you have a separation with, explosion of emotion, but even like I feel like this person, but I love you on the bottom. On the same frequency. Wow. The one and freedom, both. So it could be that this person as well is in like, kind of like in that same energy, at the same frequency they feel like they are. But young, wild, and free with the one. Wow. Green light, go with it. Divine feminine. Blast from the past memories, rekindle nostalgia. One more. So someone who you thought was in wounded masculine, but now I feel like they're in divine feminine energy. Finally receptive to it. The reason why from being in rage or, you know, being with that temper, they're finally, you know, they tamed to attain is what I'm hearing. I want one more. One last one. Last one. Last one, and then we'll get tarot. But again, attracting through your glow, literally. Keep it up. You guys deserve it. I want to see, I just want to get that detail because it's in my mind and I couldn't get it out of my mind. I want to see how long has it been since your initial activation. Like, how long have you been healing? Like, your initial activation, though. 9 years. Wow. Wow. Alrighty. Alrighty. I don't know if I want to get a time. Well, I should get a time frame for you guys. Let's see. How far ahead do we tap into spirit for this collective? How far ahead? Eight weeks. I'm hearing 8 weeks for a reason. Hold on. But I was also hearing 8 days, so it could be between 8 days and 8 weeks. It could be that the first few manifestations or things come in the next 8 weeks. But well, let's see if, you know, we get a time frame with these. Alrighty. What is coming for this beautiful collective universally? What is coming for this beautiful collective? 8 days to 8 weeks. Wow. The spiritual journey. Forgiveness, awakening, evolution, mission, rebirth energy, renewal. Oh wow, I already got everything. Hold on. Very nice. Wow, the Chariot. So anything that has been blocked, anything that has been forceful, you have judgment, like literally surrounding all of this. So it means that because of your, I feel like you're going to take a different turn. I want to intuitively put this around, but I feel like this is kind of explaining what will be released. There's a reason why I said that, but whatever you had a lack of direction with, whatever you were in limbo with. And literally, I'm feeling like there's judgment on everything that was kind of like wrong. Whatever has been slowed down to be able to have your harmony restored, literally. But, let's see. Confirm judgment. Action leading to success, confirmation. But also it could be that there is an Emperor energy who is also going to be arriving, but a leader, stability, getting things done. I'm more seeing this as this judgment being, you know, you are acting accordingly, you know, with, you know, in a different energy. You're responding differently. You're putting the action you need to put on with having to do with this new spiritual story. You're moving your car is what I'm hearing, but not forcefully, but putting the action where you need to put it in. Chariot. Oh, wow. So there's movement with anything that is having to do with Ace of Cups. With an overflow of abundance, bliss, romantic success. A new romance could be anything that was lacking direction or, you know, facing opposition with, has to do with your love life, with your emotions. So it could be that there's an Emperor about to arrive. But also I feel like you are in flowing emotion, finally. Joy, again, confirmation, that shaman deck. 8 of Cups. What has been lacking direction because of lack of faith, because you lacked inspiration, because of the negativity, because of the hopelessness. I'm seeing that hope, turning the hopelessness to hopeful. One more. Whatever had to do with an imbalance with having to do with your Ten of Cups energy. So there could be certain things arriving having to do with your family, maybe certain lessons with your family. Because also we got that wounded, that mother wounds energy as well. But anything you have been dishonest with yourself or with others, I feel like it's going to be illuminated with that. So I'm seeing that more as, you know, be honest and be in that balanced energy that you are right now. I want one more for that. So we have a few weeks for this, and I was feeling that. So let go of control, celebrating life, having fun, summer. This is pinnacle of success. So anything that was lacking direction, there's a success coming over it. And I feel like it had to do with certain wishes granted, you know, certain manifestations that you were waiting to come in. Slowing down. Eight of Wands. Oh, finally an emotional fulfillment. So whatever had to do with your lack of focus, where the lost momentum, where you had an energy block having to do with yourself, you're now in emotional fulfillment. There's no longer a block. You finally aligned with your emotions. Confirmation. Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment, feeling good, feeling happy, satisfied, wishes coming true. Confirmation with that star energy. And also Aquarius star energy. Five of Wands. So this harmony restored by finding common ground and solutions and cooperation, and situations resolved. And this Five of Wands in reverse. This Five of Wands in reverse. By overcoming reconciliation, Three of Swords in reverse. By letting go, healing energy, releasing forgiveness, feeling hopeful and optimistic recovery. Again, a lot of emotional release for this collective. One more. You've finally regeneration of a relationship, making Ten of Swords in reverse, changing the outcome. Another reconciliation card. You have two reconciliation cards, and the first one is the Emperor. And you're in Queen of Cups, so you are going to be emotionally connected, very Nine of Cups, and also Queen of Cups, but deep feelings, uber empathetic, uber intuitive, psychic, but loving. You're being in the flow. Keep being in the flow. This is absolutely beautiful. I didn't get anything Pentacle-wise. Everything is love here. That's so weird, which means that maybe you're about to flourish Pentacle-wise. I want to get Pentacle-wise. I asked what was coming for you guys, but I want to see, you know, your path-wise. Okay, let's just read that quickly. It looks like maybe you're getting a lot of, you know, manifestations having to do with love because you really worked through it. Let's get Pentacle-wise. I wonder if I should change my decks. Hold on. So I haven't used this deck in a while, just because I put the Emperor on the bottom. Oh my god. Just because it was getting easier to use it into a tarot deck, but let's use these. I want to see what's coming for, you know, having to do with your magic and your mission. What is coming, having to do with this collective magic and mission universally in the next 8 days to 8 weeks. Wow. Empress energy. Wow. Page of Swords. So new ideas. Wow. And Three of Cups having to do with your soul. And Ten of Cups energy. And Chariot. So there's going to be movement with soul family. Oh my god. And there's that love again. It's like seriously. But Ace of Wands. Action. Drivenness. Your magic. Why am I seeing Reiki just with this Empress right next to it? So Ace of Wands and Empress. So forward movement with having to do with your glow as well. Page of Swords, getting new ideas, maybe, you know, thinking outside of the box is what I'm feeling. But then we have Three of Cups, and Three of Cups came out with the Chariot and the Ten of Cups. I'm putting that together. There's movement with, you know, having to do with soul family. And Two of Pentacles, balanced energy. One more. Pentacle path. Empress also, this is fertility. But birthing new ideas. Three of Wands, action. And another reconciliation card. And Queen of Wands. So very, you know, very captivating, very courageous, very determined. She is, you know, she's a witchy poo. She is a witchy poo. Ace of Wands. It kind of reminds me, like, you know, I don't know why I see Egypt with Queen of Wands. I see we could resonate with Egypt, like ancient Egypt. Ace of Wands. High Priestess energy. So you did not only get the Empress, but you also got the High Priestess. Very connected with your, very connected. Wow. Wow. Empress. So there is something very, like, there's a clarity coming over you with your Empress, and very decided as well. But also it's something that is coming to you. It's not something that you're searching. Ace of Swords, clarity, a revelation. But having to do with your ideas, having to do with, you know, your creative mind. And you have the Hierophant as well. You got a lot of divine feminine energy here. Page of Swords. Trying new things is what I'm hearing with this Page of Swords. Temperance energy, so very balanced, and the Moon having to do with your intuition. Oh my God, but I feel like maybe you're, I don't want to say you're blocked intuitively. But there's something that you're going to have patience with. There's a reason why this Page of Swords, there could be some certain, you know, excitement, you know. One more. Why am I feeling Reiki? I'm feeling Reiki. Maybe you started thinking of maybe doing Reiki. Something with your energy, healing energy that you're about to be. Seven of Pentacles, the World, and Queen of Swords. What the hell? Queen of Swords for ideas is amazing. Seven of Pentacles. And you're in World energy. So again, rebirth energy. I'm putting this over it. Three of Wands. This is amazing. I feel like there's something having to do with family as well, though. Having to do with that Ten of Cups energy. Just because it's Empress, I'm seeing that baby. It could be maybe that you're going to be working with children. There's a reason why that. And why am I hearing also like having to do with music? There's something, but Judgment again. It's like literally, it's like all intertwined. Not only your path love wise, but also your financial. There's something, I feel like something is going to happen love wise that is going to ignite this passion within you again, maybe, and even help you gain more ideas that maybe they were a little bit blocked because they had to you had to realign with certain things before having those ideas. I'm hearing that for a reason. But this is a lot of soul energy. This is amazing. You have a lot of wish fulfillment here. You have, you know, a lot of stability, and you're just in grace is what I'm feeling, and you're just gonna be in grace. I feel like this, and if it's been 9 years, you have been balancing out your soul for a while. There's a reason why all of this, and it's so crazy because the harder the lesson to see, the bigger the lesson learned, and I feel like the bigger the manifestation that comes in. Sometimes, you know, we get certain manifestations kind of like not blocked but on hold, and there are a couple, and then when we finally learn all of the lessons that we needed to learn from all of those parts of the manifestations, they just come rushing in, and my ear is ringing. They all come at once, you know what I mean? But there's a reason for that. I'm hearing social media, just with that World energy as well. And I feel like maybe some part of this collective will have to travel for it. I'm hearing that. But this is absolutely beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's confirm that. Not that we need to, but you know, why not? Okay, let's confirm that full reading. So first card is adjustments are required. Confirmations of what I said before. I feel like certain things have to be aligned first before the rest. I feel like something having to do with the alignment of, you know, releasing certain things having to do with love. So there could be a lesson coming. But that's also, it's going to be literally that foot to the door to all of the other manifestations and everything else coming in. How you react or how you act towards it. The energy is gaining momentum. I can feel that. And your dreams need a practical plan. So whatever idea you have, write them down. Write them down. Don't get overwhelmed with all of the ideas, because I feel like you're about to get a lot of ideas having to do with your mission. But nothing is yet set in stone. So keep up with that belief is what I hear. I'm not even going to confirm the love part because you already know. Alrighty. I don't know if I should get initials. I feel like this collective, you guys don't need initials. But at the same time, I feel like I should get initials. You know what? I'm going to get one last deck. Yes or no. Let's see. Should I get initials? Ask your angels. No initials. I don't know why I did that. Maybe those are part of certain, you know, triggers that maybe, certain impulsivities that maybe you're feeling that you need to, you know, release that are coming. Like, that came to my mind. But we're not getting initials, we're just getting charm. So we have initials, a couple that came out, R, X, K, and Y. This could be important. But we have Aquarius energy, so I feel like Aquarius is important, star energy, but star being granted, Aquarius energy. This, whenever it comes out, it means get out of your mind, but I feel like you finally opened that lock and finally set yourself free, just because we have this one also, you're soaring in it. You're just in total freedom right now, finally understanding that you were the one who needed to open that world energy, but travel as well. It could be that you'll be traveling, balancing out your mind, body, and soul. Dancing. Maybe you guys love to dance. Maybe that's cathartic for you guys. But you could be actually... Why am I seeing someone dancing in the kitchen? You could be one of my collectives who dances in the kitchen. But names, I feel like this is more of, you know, seeing the signs for how they are for yourself. You're not seeing it for this person. The signs that you're seeing it for yourself. And that Kundalini. Happy you went through that awakening. Grateful you went through that awakening. Okay, so important dates, birthdays, angel numbers, etc. 93, 91, 98. We have 321. We have 55, transformation. 89 could be a year, or 98 could be a year. 13th of the 2nd, 13th of the 5th, 13th of the 8th, and 13th of the 9th. 91 or 97 could be a year. 52. But 111, new beginnings about to arrive. Lucky number 7, 7th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 7th. 9th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 9th, 20th of the 3rd, 20th of the 7th, 20th of the 1st, and 20th of the 9th. Alright, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I love you all, and good job. Just, you know, you're doing great. Love you all. Bye.